Ready or not, it's finally here. Hi again, everyone, and welcome into Cincinnati Bengals Talk as the Bengals give you a preview of the light show that could be coming here at Paycor Stadium. Monday Night Football, Bengals, Bills, and I'm not going to lie to you, ladies and gentlemen. I recorded a perfect, flawless pregame stand-up, and that went straight in the trash when the Bengals made some moves at 4 o'clock Eastern time. Allen George promoted to the 53-man roster. Not a surprise. The Bengals had an extra roster spot after placing La'el Collins on injured reserve. So that aspect, not shocking at all. And in fact, I expect Allen George to be active tonight against the Buffalo Bills. The surprising move was the fact that they did not elevate Isaiah Prince, the right tackle that you, me, a lot of people expected to start tonight from the practice squad. And instead, they elevated Jake Browning, the quarterback. Now, first things first, I'm told Joe Burrow is fine. I'm told Brandon Allen is fine. This could simply be a matter of getting Jake Browning a game check. He's been loyal. He's been on the practice squad all season long. You like to reward guys like that. Plus, he could be their backup quarterback maybe next year. Who knows? So I think that's the logic there. We'll see when actives and inactives come out 90 minutes prior to kickoff, right around 7 o'clock. I will post at allbengals.com. So we'll monitor that. But with no Prince, it means that Akeem Adeniji is going to start at right tackle tonight. And that's what we thought a week ago. Certainly Monday, after La'el Collins' season-ending injury, we thought that that was going to be the case. And then we saw Isaiah Prince getting a lot of reps in practice, and it sounded like he was in the mix. And it turns out, as much as he was in the mix, it either wasn't enough, maybe he underwhelmed in practice, or maybe he's sick, or maybe he got injured or something, because they don't have a practice report for practice squad players. So regardless, it's going to be Akeem Adeniji at right tackle for the Bengals. And let's dive into this game a little bit more because there's so much hype around it, and rightfully so. I think this is the biggest regular season game in the history of this stadium. And I don't think that's hyperbole. I don't think that that's me being so caught up in the moment or stuck in the moment or anything like that. No. I was around for the Chad era. I was around for the Andy AJ era. I was around for those eras, and there were a lot of big games, a lot Monday Night Football games, primetime games. Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison. Chad Johnson proposed to a cheerleader way down there. Like, a ton of stuff, right? But it wasn't this. It wasn't win and you win your second straight AFC North championship for the first time ever. This franchise has never done that. They've never won the AFC North back-to-back. Now, the North hasn't been around the entire length and duration of this franchise since 1968. But even since 1968, the Bengals, they've only won the division back-to-back years once, 81-82. So this is a chance to make history and, of course, stay alive for the number one seed as well. The Bills, they're trying to do the same thing. If they win out, they're the one seed in the AFC. The Bengals, they need to win out, win today, win next week against Baltimore. The game's going to be either at 1 or 4:25 next Sunday right here, or this Sunday at Paycor Stadium. And they need the Chiefs to lose. The Chiefs, they need the Bengals to win tonight, and then they need to win next week. So a lot going on right now when it comes to playoff positioning, and a lot on the line tonight for your Cincinnati Bengals. I've given my keys and my prediction, and so you should check that video out if you haven't yet. And it hasn't changed. I like the Bengals in this game. I think it's close. I think this game is a coin flip. But I will say this. In the past, big games like this, it's felt like, man, in those past eras, Carson Chad, Andy AJ, like not that they weren't ready for the moment, but it was almost a mixed bag. I think this team is different. I think Joe Burrow is different. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, they've been in big games. They've been in a ton of big games and played on the biggest stage. They've won national championships. Think about that. Chase, Burrow, Higgins all have natties, national championship rings. Have all played in huge games. And, of course, they went on the run they did last year. My point is I say all of that to say this. I think this Bengals team is going to deliver tonight. It doesn't mean they're going to win. Both teams are great. They have a ton of talent across the board. They're pretty evenly matched. They both have great quarterbacks and a lot of weapons and feisty defenses that can force turnovers and make plays and all of those things. But I think this game is going to deliver up and live up to the hype, which is so rare in sports. And it feels like this game could do exactly that. I certainly hope it does, because why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to be entertained? There's been so much hype really since the schedule came out about this game, about what it could mean. And it's delivered up to this point. Both of these teams have delivered, right? By losing a combined 7 games and combining for 23 wins. And so hopefully they can deliver tonight. I expect Chase, and I said this on Locked On Bengals, I expect Jamar Chase to have a big game. The Bills have struggled tackling, and I think from that aspect, that's going to go a long way with Chase. He's going to get some yak, a lot of yak from Chase. I expect that today. And he hasn't gone over 150 yards receiving. I think he does that tonight. And if he does that, this Bengals defense can force a couple of turnovers and take advantage of some of the possessions where Allen is going to give you chances. And if he gives you chances, you have to take advantage of them. I think the Bengals could be in great shape. And look, the Akeem Adeniji thing, whether it's Adeniji or Prince, I think this Bengals team, this Bengals offense, this quarterback, Joe Burrow, would have been able to overcome that, even if it's not the greatest. But it's everything else. Can these skill players play better than they did last week, where they had some drops, where Tyler Boyd stopped on a route when he shouldn't have, when Burrow had a miscommunication with Chase? I think that's more on Burrow, but still, 40 of 52. If he plays like that and they catch some of the balls that they left out there, Chase left a couple out there, Trenton Irwin left a couple out there, T. Higgins played at a really high level. He needs to play at that level again. Plus Chase, Mixon, all of these guys, Boyd, they need to continue to play and live up to their expectation. If they do that, I think this defense is going to get a few turnovers, and the Bengals just might not only win their 8th straight game and stay alive in the race for the 1 seed, but also clinch their 2nd straight AFC North championship. After the game, Elise, Jesse, and I got you. We're going to be in the locker room. You're going to hear from Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Zach Taylor, all of the post-game reaction from anyone noteworthy that we could get for you. That's what we do here at Cincinnati Bengals Talk. We're going to give you in-depth coverage post-game. We'll have our post-game stand-up as well. And so here we go. It is Monday Night Football under the lights, where there's going to be a light show. There's going to be a lot of stuff. And I think it's going to look great on TV. But if you're going to be here at the stadium, well, you might want to get here early, because I think it's going to be packed. So for Andrew Fox Miller, our channel coordinator, I'm James Rapien, signing off for now on CBT. Talk to you after the game right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk.